Welcome back to Yang Daily. I'll be your host, Alex Cheney, bringing you all the Yang news you need to live your life right. Bad news from DC, no surprise there, I know, but good news for UBI. As a reminder, you're on your own for Saturday news. Now let's dig into Friday. Shout out to our Tier 3 patrons, Peter Park and Shay Meehan, as well as all our other patrons. Your support is invaluable. The Senate is going on yet another recess until November 30th. When McConnell could not shove through another judicial appointment, one that even the independents and some Republican senators think is too controversial, because a few of his lackeys got themselves infected, Mitch shut down the Senate. If he can't appoint judges, there's just nothing to do in his estimation. If anyone thinks that McConnell cares about stimulus or millions of starving homeless victims of COVID, get a clue. He cares about destroying the impartiality of the judicial branch with partisan hacks and nothing more. And he is wielding the Senate, an institution that is supposed to represent the entire country, as a tool to serve his interests and his alone. We must win the Georgia Senate races. Elsewhere on the Hill, Trump's Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin said Thursday that he will not extend several emergency loan programs set up with the Federal Reserve, including corporate credit, municipal lending, and Main Street lending, which expire December 31st. The Fed objected strongly to this move, saying it is important for the full suite of emergency facilities to continue to serve as a backdrop for our vulnerable economy. Mnuchin implied that he did not want a Democratic-led Treasury to use the provision to support the Fed making more loans to small and mid-sized businesses and cash-strapped cities under these programs. That would provide an avenue for the Biden administration to provide stimulus without going through Congress. Thus, this seems to be about hamstringing Democrats at the cost of the health of the nation. Burning down the country on the way out seems a historically common tactic by modern Republicans during a transition of power. Then they say the poor state of the economy, which resulted from their actions, is the fault of the Democratic Party, and people are partisan and detached enough from the facts to believe it. It's all part of the new strategy of demonizing the other side instead of getting anything done, often because you can't get anything done. Hence the need for democracy reform. The CDC just released a rather compelling bit of evidence for the efficacy of masks against COVID. Kansas, in July, implemented an optional mask mandate. I know that doesn't make any sense. Each county decided whether to adopt the mandate or not. The counties that did mandate masks saw a 6% reduction in infection rates. Those that did not mandate masks saw a 100% increase in cases over the same period. So that's pretty good experimental data. There's also a lot more evidence of the efficacy of containment measures in the thread below. I doubt that anyone denying masks will be swayed by evidence at this point, but it can't hurt to try, I guess. Artists in Long Beach are a step closer to relief because the city council voted unanimously to direct the city manager to look into creating the fund for a temporary basic income for 150 artists. The money will come out of the CARES Act aid for the city. A new poll has Canadian support for UBI up to 64%. The pandemic is really opening everyone's eyes to the precarity of relying entirely on employment for survival. Income Movement is starting a Thanksgiving 4-day mega walk for basic income beginning November 26th. Download the Watt app on your phone, that's WATT, to participate, and it will automatically count your steps like a Fitbit and add them to the worldwide total. An easy, passive way to show your support for UBI. The Humanity Forward store has new Humanity First and Cancel Poverty hoodies for sale, just in time for Christmas. They're limited edition, so get them while they last. And finally, our very own Conrad Shaw, aka the UBI Guy, got a spotlight on CGTN America the other day for his work with the UBI calculator, the UBI documentary Bootstraps, and now his own new UBI app, Commingle. I believe we covered it before, but Commingle will be an app where people can voluntarily engage in a UBI. Every participant would contribute 7% of their income, and the sum would evenly distribute. Shaw is hoping to make it the premier way for wealthy donors to contribute aid. It is planned to launch sometime next year. Conrad has been a constant and impactful entrepreneur and advocate for the UBI movement, and it's great to see him get a shout-out in the media. And that'll do it for today's Yang Daily. Let McConnell and your senators know what you think of them going on yet another recess without a stimulus bill. Redouble your efforts to help with the races in Georgia. Bookmark and share the mask and other pandemic measures efficacy data. Download the Watt app and join in the Mega Walk. Congratulate Conrad and thank him for his volunteer work for UBI. Don't forget to put in your half hour a day of phone banking or text banking to support the efforts in Georgia. If you need help, consult Humanity Forward, the Income Movement Aid Database, the Mission Asset Fund, or United Way. And don't forget to Yang Daily.